explain this reading a little bit so you understand. This will be looking at the energies in your life, like things that are going to be happening and going on between March 21st and April 19th, but more from an astrological perspective, okay, and letting you know and understand the energies at hand, what they're for, and how they can help you and how they can serve you. So, Leo, we do have a few things happening astrologically through Aries season. The sun goes into Aries on the 21st of March, and then right after that, we have Mercury going retrograde in Aries on the 22nd. Aries is the ruler of the first house of the zodiac, so that's all about yourself, the way you define yourself, the way you want others to see yourself, all things like that. And also, Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, this is essentially starting the new zodiac year through Aries season. So I'm not surprised that we have this retrograde, because also on the 21st is, the spring equinox. So I'm looking at this retrograde through Aries season as a spiritual spring cleaning for your soul, so that you can start new projects, new relationships, new paths forward, going into Taurus season. So after, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries, then we have the full moon in Libra on March 31st, which is also the second blue moon that we've had of 2018. And then on April 15th, Mercury goes direct, and the very next day, we have this new moon in Aries, and the new moon is all about new beginnings. So how perfect is that this spiritual spring cleaning of the Mercury retrograde, because retrograde is all about the past, healing and releasing things that no longer serve us. And also sometimes there is second chances at things that, we've left behind in the past that we've kind of set down. So right after this retrograde is finished, we have this new moon in Aries. So it's all about cleaning yourself up for what's ahead, okay, for the spring, the new season. And then on April 17th, Saturn goes retrograde in Capricorn, and Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. And for those of you who are interested, on the 22nd and 23rd of April is the Lyrids meteor shower. So through Aries season, we have Jupiter, Mercury, and Saturn being retrograde, with Mercury returning direct before we head into Taurus season, and then Saturn goes retro right at the end of Aries season. So Leo, let's see what your focus is through Aries season, or what your focus should be if it's not currently what we pull out here. Alrighty, so we have Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. So with this card, there's a very organic nature about you through Aries season, okay? And since Aries is all about the first house and about self, this is pertaining to you, yourself, your relationship with yourself specifically, okay? You're tapping into deeper wisdom, knowledge of your soul. With spiritual understanding, it's as if, this retrograde is going to make all the pieces fit the journey you've been on as of late. Okay, also, I will be uploading a Navigating Mercury retrograde video for all signs that will be time-stamped. I'll be uploading that next week. So I'll go into greater depth about the Mercury retrograde for your sign in that video. But with this card coming out, to me, this retrograde is like the final cleanse, the final walkthrough. Like if you were selling your house, okay, and you have moved everything out, you have cleaned it, you've done everything you can possibly do, and you're finally going back through one final walkthrough, one final inspection to see if there's anything that you missed or anything that still needs to be cleaned, okay? So that's what this is all about for you, Leo. A revisit through the journey you've been on. I want to say the past, but for you guys, because this is the Gaia card, it's like this journey that you've been on. And I feel like it's more of a spiritual or journey, or like some introspection, reflective type of journey, and it's been going on. And this is card 5, so I would say like the last 5 weeks, the last 5 months, maybe even the last 5 days. Some of you, this could even go back as far as 5 years, but you are definitely wrapping something up through Aries season and this retrograde, because there's something new, and it has a lot to do with your personal character. And I'm trying to think of the best way to articulate this, because it's more than your personal character, but it's like that's the forefront of the doors that are being opened, the path that you're moving forward. It's about your personal character. Like, you've really been working on that somehow, some way. It's what I'm getting with this card here. So, Leo, let's see what part of your personality is activated through Aries season the most. We have Pluto, which is the ruling planet of Scorpio, which is serious, intense energy, intense emotion, but it's the intensity of it is so great that it makes it extremely powerful. Okay, and with Pluto here, your ability to transform, take a big leap forward and rebirth. So this, again, is like that final stretch where you get that last burst of energy. Like if, you're running a marathon and you're almost there and you just need that little bit more. This is that energy, that Scorpio energy, that Pluto energy, reinvigorating you to make that complete transformation, let go of the past. And this is all about yourself. So, some of you could really be thinking about who you've been, the kind of person you are in general. Like, it's a very intense self-growth for Leo. But this is like what you've been going through. So if you haven't been experiencing that, then maybe this reading just is not for you. So let's see, aside from this Aries energy, let's see what other energy the universe is bestowing on you through Aries season. So we have Capricorn. The energy around you is serious, materialistic, and hardworking. It bestows shrewdness and cautious ambition. So this is energy that's available to Leo that says you can accomplish anything you set your mind to, anything that you want. Again, it's about having the stamina, the endurance, that final burst of energy to get you over the hump, to make it to the other side. So you have that through Pluto, and now you also have this through Capricorn. And with Gaia there, Gaia is earth energy, which, pairs beautifully with Capricorn. So not only have you been doing all this inner work, there's a physical manifestation coming forth from all of this, okay? And I think that's what I was getting at and feeling when I was talking about your character. So let's see what house this is specifically talking about, other than the first house itself. It's also there's this very serious nature about you, and you are trying to decide what is worth the risk and what is not. You're not willing to do anything that is not going to have a great payoff. If it's a great risk, it better have a huge payoff. That type of energy. Wow. So, a few signs that have gotten the 8th house. Let me think. I know, Pisces and Cancer, I think Pisces and Cancer. But, what's interesting here, very similar to Pisces, and I've been noticing that in Leo's readings, a lot of strong Pisces energy. So this is what I feel for the Leos I've been reading for as of late. Either you have like rising Pisces or moon in Pisces or strong Piscean energy in your chart, or there is somebody in your life, that is a Pisces, or several people in your life that's a Pisces, because I see a lot of correlation between the two readings. It's very interesting, because Pisces got the 8th house, and instead of Capricorn, they actually received Scorpio. So Scorpio is the ruler of the 8th house, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So you have 2 Scorpio energies in your reading here. So with the 8th house being highlighted, along with the 1st house, this is the house of your relationships with other people, and these are very significant relationships, also shared resources that you have. So with the 1st house highlighted, as well as the 8th house, and Capricorn is the ruler of the 10th house, which oftentimes has to do with one's career, I get that Leo is really thinking about themselves, like themselves individually, their resources that are connected to somebody significant in their life. This could be a significant other. This could also have something to do with inheritances. But relationships of the 8th house are highlighted for Leo. And I just want to point out, this is card 5. Leo actually occupies the 5th house, okay? So there's a lot of emotions for Leo playing out in Aries season, but it's because there's this great, beautiful transformation taking place for you, and it has to do with the relationship you have with yourself, and it has to do with the relationship you have with other people, and the resources that you share with other people. And again, you are completing some cycle, and you're just going to come to the other side. So I need more information here. So we have movement. So if things have been stagnant, that's not the case. Differences, wow. So for many Leos, whoever you are in a significant relationship with, I just don't feel like things have been vibing for you, and you've really been thinking about your resources and, being with that person, your resources, being without that person, your resources. For some of you, you see it as it will be very hard financially to get out of a romantic relationship or a business partnership. It will be very financially taxing on you, and you're like, do I have it in me to make it through this? And with this lineup of cards, yes, you do, because you're recognizing the imbalances within yourself and the imbalances within the relationships you share with others, okay? And you're wanting a change in that, because with the Gaia card here, it's like your spirit is speaking to you big time, and you really want change, and it's an urgency that's, part of just the universal forces being under this Aryan energy, and, the 1st house of your zodiac chart being highlighted also, Aries just occupies the 1st house, but your personal natal chart might not have Aries in your 1st house. Look at what house in your natal chart Aries occupies, okay? For those of you that it's the 8th house, holy moly, you guys are just having major transformation in your relationships and within yourself. But, wherever Aries is in your personal natal chart, it's powerful here. We have Pluto and, the Scorpio energy. Scorpio is the most intense, the most powerful energy of the zodiac, okay? The transformation. And with Pluto, this isn't something that it happens in a week or 2 weeks. This is something that's been long coming, something you've been working on for quite some time, and a lot of it has to do with yourself, what you're willing to accept, what you want out of life, what you want out of another person, who you are, what makes you happy. Like, some of you, this is just like you're becoming somebody completely brand new. Movement and differences. It's like if you were black, now you're white. If you were white, now you're black. And I mean that in the, just as an example of sort of thinking, the vast difference. For others of you, with those differences, it's where you are finally coming to terms with who you are inside and accepting both sides of you, where you recognize that your shadow self is your courage, is your strength, is your fight or flight, and the light within you is your guidance, is your intuition, is your unconditional love. And now in the game of life, at no point is, can anyone survive just living in their light self or just living in their shadow self. There's a reason why, the two are there. They're interchangeable. One cannot be without the other. And you are learning the mastery of yourself, of when you need to walk in the light and when you need to walk in the shadow. Because the Scorpio energy is all about the shadow, okay? But Leo is ruled by the sun, so Leo is the light by nature, okay? Leo is the energy that, allows life on Mother Earth Gaia to thrive and grow. So you, Leo, you are walking now in mastery of your darkness, of your light, and knowing which you need to use in what situation, okay? So that is wisdom, that is spiritual understanding of self, and that's all taking place through Aries season in your first house. But also, this energy is taking place in your 8th house, which is, all about relationships and shared resources and intense emotions. And there's finally some movement in that. So let's pull. Ooh, yeah, look at this. Where we were bored, where there was stagnation, no more. No more, Leo. So let's pull some tarot cards to get more information. And Scorpio in the tarot is represented by the Death card. So there's definitely a death and rebirth happening for Leo somehow, some way, on some level, affecting this first and 8th house, and also some of you this 10th house. So we have the Three of Wands reversed, and I would just like to point out that this card is representing the sun in Aries. We're in Aries season, so this here is where Leo has given up on something, or, because we have this retrograde, this could be the past returning, something from the past returning, because that's what retrograde is all about. Then we have this Six of Coins upright, which is a wonderful position. And then the Nine of Swords reversed. This is actually really awesome, Leo, because I'm saying that, something that maybe you give up on in Aries season, comes by, the resolution comes by the new moon in Taurus, which I believe is, let me see, on the 15th of May, the new moon will be in Taurus. Okay, so whatever you have to let go of, or you give up on, or you wash your hands of, or whatever. By the new moon in Taurus, there's a truce, there's a balancing of energy, there's a reckoning, there's an apology, there's a give and exchange. Again, if this is about inheritance, or dividing of assets or property, it's like by the new moon in Taurus, it's all worked out and your mind is eased, Leo. Things are going to work out better than you expect, okay? And also with this, I feel like you kind of just give up on something and you're like, to hell with it. It's just whatever, no matter how important, whether it's a person, it's money, it's assets, something where you're just like, I just wash my hands of it so I could be free, because I can't handle this anymore. And then by this new moon in Taurus, it's just like everything is worked out, everything is better. So let's pull you some advice for navigating Aries season. And for some of you, there is a relationship of your past that you are like good riddance about, or you just were not able to heal it, to mend it, something. Through this Aries season, this retrograde, it's like you finally have the chance to reconcile those differences and have a truce. I don't know that this so much has anything to do with getting back together, okay? I feel like this is more of like a balancing of your energy and that situation for you to move on from it, to finally be free of it, to be transformed of it. Like, it's just a lesson has been learned. It's time to move on. So for some of you, I definitely see that coming through. Which, it's good because your mind is eased. So whatever this truth is, your mind is eased. You are in a much happier place about things. So, Earth, balance, center, stabilize. This right here is just a reiteration and confirmation of what I was saying with this differences card about yourself. And that's where you're at. Like, you're getting there, okay? Because, again, this Aries season, I feel, is very powerful for Leo. It's fellow fire sign. So, look at this. Water, surrender, acceptance. It's like, again, with this reverse 3 of Wands, just let it go. Whatever it is, like if you've just been spinning your wheels and fighting, and no matter what, it's time to just release, surrender, let it go. Let it be what it's going to be. That's how you move on. That's how you allow the situation to get flow once again. And like I said, by the new moon in Taurus, it's like your mind is eased. Take inspired action. Okay, so with this here, what this is saying is whatever, because, Aries energy is about spontaneity. It is about taking risks. It is about moving forward with great enthusiasm. It is, about moving forward without putting a whole lot of thought into it, just going upon instinct. This is kind of giving you that same message. This, for you, Leo, it is not a time for stagnation any longer. It is time for movement. You have movement, you have motion here. It's the time for movement. And with Earth here twice, and then this, I feel as though, again, the new moon in Taurus is something very significant for you and your situation, whatever this is pertaining to specifically for you. And now, I do want to point out, this is a general reading, and it is not obviously going to pertain to all of you, but for those of you that this does, like, there's profound healing with a very specific relationship that was close and near and dear to your heart somehow, some way, or, there's resources that have been withheld from you or battle over them, and finally in your surrendering, it's like, okay, here, all is given to you now, all is handed to you now. So, whatever this personally represents for you, listen to your soul, all right, and go with, just move, just go, just do it. Don't second guess, don't hesitate, do it, go, and you will be happy that you did. Okay, it's just like you're getting over something that has just challenged the crap out of you, because Saturn, being the ruling planet of Capricorn, is the great teacher. And this is letting me know you've been through something for quite some time. Has to do with relationships, has to do with shared resources, has to do with your perception of yourself. So looks good, Leo. Lots of healing by the Taurus new moon for sure. And it comes from your release and surrender and allowing the transformation to unfold. And, with this card, the Gaia, it's just like it all feels natural and organic to you. So you're just kind of going to go with it,